Two of my favorite devices from Samsung in recent years are the Galaxy S20 Plus and the Galaxy S10 Plus. The S20 Plus was the direct successor of the popular S10 Plus, and honestly speaking it couldn't achieve the success of the latter. During the years the prices of these devices have fallen a lot, and today the price difference isn't that big between these two phones. In this video I'm going to tell you whether you should buy the S20 Plus or the S10 Plus in 2022. When it comes to the build quality, both devices are made of glass and aluminum, therefore they still look and feel amazing. On the back, the S10 Plus has a unique camera layout, and it looks different, while the S20 Plus isn't that striking. On the front, however, the S20 Plus looks a lot more modern. It has thinner bezels all around, and the camera cutout is a lot smaller compared to the S10 Plus. The sides on both phones are aluminum, but I like the fact that the S20 Plus doesn't have a dedicated Bixby button. Both are also IP68 water and dust resistant. My S10 Plus, however, has lost this feature because it is cracked. The S20 Plus has a 6.7-inch display, while the S10 Plus has a 6.4-inch display. Both panels are Quad HD, and both are dynamic AMOLED. The S20 Plus, however, has a 120Hz refresh rate, while the S10 Plus is stuck at 60Hz. When using this feature on the S20 Plus, it lowers the resolution at Full HD. The displays on these devices are still awesome. They are very sharp, have vibrant colors, and they get very bright. Like I said earlier, the S20 Plus has a smaller camera cutout. That's why if I had to pick, I'd go for the S20 Plus. Don't get it wrong, however, since the display on the S10 Plus is still great and modern. Both devices run perfectly Android 11, and both will get Android 12 very soon. The S20 Plus will get this update sooner, but this shouldn't be a reason to go for it over the S10 Plus. The S20 Plus feels smoother, however, because of the 120Hz refresh rate. The global S20 Plus is powered by the Exynos 990, while the global S10 Plus is powered by the Exynos 9820. Performance between these two phones is actually very similar. They can easily handle everyday tasks, and even heavy games are no problem either. Both devices have 8GB of RAM, and they are identical in this category. The S20 Plus 5G, however, has 12GB of RAM, while the S10 Plus doesn't even support 5G. Also, the base storage is 128GB on both phones, and they do support external storage. The S10 Plus, however, has storage options up to 1TB. The Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus has a 12MP main camera, a 12MP ultra-wide camera, and a 64MP telephoto camera with a 3x hybrid zoom. The S10 Plus, on the other hand, has a 12MP main camera, a 16MP ultra-wide camera, and a 12MP telephoto camera with a 2x optical zoom. Both phones have great main cameras. In daylight, pictures taken with them are very sharp and vibrant. Even in low light they are great, but I would give a slight edge for the S20 Plus. The ultra-wide camera of the S20 Plus is a little more muted compared to the one found on the S10 Plus, which is extremely vibrant. The telephoto camera on the S10 Plus isn't as good as the other two cameras. It has only a short zoom range, and in low light it takes mediocre images. The telephoto camera on the S20 Plus, on the other hand, even though not as good as its main camera, it is a lot better compared to the one found on the S10 Plus. You can also use this sensor for taking sharp pictures, even though the dynamic range isn't as good. The S20 Plus has also a depth sensor, but that is practically useless. On the front, the S20 Plus has a 10MP camera, and it can take great images in daylight and in low light. The S10 Plus, on the other hand, has a 10MP main camera and an 8MP depth sensor, which is just a waste of space. Pictures taken with the main front camera on the S10 are improved a lot, especially in low light. When it comes to videos, both devices can shoot perfectly at 4K, and they have great colors and amazing stabilization. The S20 Plus can also shoot videos at 8K, but the quality is terrible. Overall, when it comes to the cameras, I would give the victory to the S20 Plus because of the slightly better low light performance, even though the S10 Plus has been great in low light too. Both the S20 Plus and the S10 Plus have stereo speakers tuned by AKG. They are very loud and clear, and I wasn't able to hear any differences. The S10 Plus wins this round, however, since it has a headphone jack, a feature that is removed from the S20 series. The S20 Plus has a 4500 mAh battery capacity. The S10 Plus has a 4100 mAh battery capacity. None of these devices can get you through a day with a single charge if you are a heavy user. Light and medium users, however, can stretch it through a day with both devices. I do, however, think that the S10 Plus lasts a little bit longer compared to its successor. This is because the 120Hz uses more power on the S20 Plus. When it comes to charging, the S20 Plus can be charged at 25 watts, which is too slow for 2022, but not as slow as the S10 Plus, which can only be charged at 15 watts. They do, however, feature wireless charging and wireless power share. For security, both devices rely on an ultrasonic in-display fingerprint scanner. To me, the fingerprint scanners on both devices have been very reliable and identical in speed, but I like the position more on the S20 Plus. They do also have face unlock, and it works perfectly on both devices. They share a lot of similarities when it comes to the extra features. They are both water and dust resistant, they have stereo speakers, they can be charged wirelessly, and they share the reverse wireless charging. An always-on display is also present on both phones, and so is the microSD card. The S10 Plus, however, goes even further because it has a headphone jack and a heart rate monitor. These two features have been removed on the S20 Plus. Where I live, the S20 Plus is priced at $400, while the S10 Plus is priced at $330. For this price, the S10 Plus is an amazing value for money. You get a premium device with a great display and good cameras. I do, however, think that you should spend a little bit more and get the S20 Plus instead. For $70 more, you gain a better display, better cameras, and a more future-proof phone. If you don't want to spend more money, then don't worry, because the S10 Plus is still a great device. If you are a user of one of these phones, let me know your experience in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this video, then please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching.